This presentation is part of the current consultation on the draft Overstone Hall Supplementary Planning Document published by Daventry District Council on Monday the 15th of March 2021. The following slides provide information on the background to the document, why it has been produced, a broad summary of its contents, and details of the consultation and how to comment on the draft SPD. Supplementary planning documents are produced by the Council in order to provide detailed information on planning matters. Often, supplementary planning documents are produced to add detail to policies within the Daventry District Settlements and Countryside Part 2 local plan. They can also be produced to provide guidance on development for both applicants and decision makers in relation to specific sites which have complex constraints and need sensitive consideration. Supplementary planning documents can therefore advise on varying matters, including design and placement of development which affects heritage assets. The Overstone Hall Supplementary Planning Document falls into the latter category. If adopted, the supplementary planning document would be what is termed a material consideration, and therefore it would become a requirement for applicants to have consideration for the contents of the document, which should also be used to determine applications. In the suite of documents used to produce and determine applications, supplementary planning documents sit below what's called the development plan, which includes the local plan and any made neighbourhood plans. At the time of recording, a neighbourhood plan for Overstone is being produced. Overstone Hall is a Grade 2 listed Victorian country house, which was built in around 1862 for the first Baron Overstone, to the designs of the architect William Milford Tulun. The designs also included schemes for terraced gardens and stables, which were both laid out at the same time as the hall. The hall itself is located within the historic Overstone Park, which has its foundations in medieval emparkment undertaken on the Overstone estate. It is located close to the villages of Overstone and Sywell, and the park and its boundary wall are key features of both settlements. These images show the hall in the early 20th century, in particular the impressive western garden front, which was designed as the most architecturally elaborate of the facades. The images also show the terraced gardens laid out in front of the hall, and the left-hand image shows both the walled kitchen garden and the stables in the top right-hand corner of the image. The hall was originally constructed as a country seat for the first Baron Overstones. During the 20th century, the hall was used as a Charlotte Mason School, Philip Stock Conservative Party Training Centre, and latterly as the headquarters of the New Testament Church of God and the Abbeyfield Dorcas Residential Care Centre. In 2001, a fire left the northern wing of the hall substantially ruined, and much of the building in a precarious state. Some immediate demolition took place on the western front as a safety precaution. Otherwise, the building has been left in its partially ruined condition and continues to decline, leading to the loss of historic fabric and significance as a result. In 2015, the building was purchased by Barry Howard Homes, and in 2019, listed building consent was granted to convert the property into 16 flats. In order to provide further clarity on the planning considerations relating to the building, the Council began the process of producing the supplementary planning document for the hall in 2020. The purpose of the document, which has been produced, is to set out information relating to the special architectural and historic interest of Overstone Hall as a Grade 2 listed building, and to also set out the contribution made to its significance by its setting. The document also seeks to provide applicants and decision makers with guidance in the formulation and determination of planning proposals which affect the significance of the building or its setting. As such, The document contains information regarding the following matters. Section 1 sets out the introduction to the document and the building. This includes the location and context, both in physical terms and relation to legislation and policy context. Land uses and access are discussed, as well as stakeholders and other constraints which need to be taken into account, such as built heritage, archaeological potential, and other local policy designations. Section 2 follows on from this to provide a summary of the condition of the building prior to and after the fire in 2001, in order to ascertain what historic fabric is surviving and what impact this has on significance. The significance of the hall as it stands is also explained and is described in relation to the complex as a whole, as well as its constituent parts where relevant. The contribution of setting is also assessed with reference to other heritage assets and the impact of open spaces, land uses, views, and trees. All of the information in this section provides the framework of how to approach future decision-making, knowing which parts of the hall make the greatest or least contribution to significance. Section 3 gives information on how applications could approach the building and its use in the future, taking significance into account. This includes principles and guidance on repair and restoration strategies, how options for use should consider significance, the option of enabling development, and what the submission requirements are likely to be for any application. The consultation on the draft SPD runs until 5 p.m. on Monday, the 26th of April. On the 1st of April 2021, Daventry District Council merged with Northampton Borough and South Northamptonshire District Councils to form West Northamptonshire Council. All comments must be submitted in writing to West Northamptonshire Council by the consultation deadline. Late comments cannot be accepted. You can submit comments via email to planningpolicy.ddc@westnorthants.gov.uk or via post to the Heritage Policy Officer, Growth and Regeneration, West Northamptonshire Council, Lodge Road, Daventry, NN11 4FP. You can view the draft SPD and other related documents on our website at the following link. Thank you for taking the time to view this presentation. If you have any queries or comments, please use the contact information on the slide above. Thank you.